Harley grow.
And we're the showrunners of the SCP web series Redacted.
Yeah.
And we
Our plans for Season 2 are quite ambitious, so visit the Seed and Spark link below in order to show your support and get more information.
Now, for a sneak peek into what Season 2 might look like, just keep watching.
Attention all personnel. This is your site director. Because of the recent drop in staff morale and the rumors that are running amok throughout Site 202, I've decided to set a few things straight. Yes, it is as bad as you have heard. Worse. Which is why only Class D personnel are assigned to carry out the procedure. No, assignment to the project is not a punishment or a test of loyalty. While many of you that have served your time in the off-site facility have elected to receive Class A amnestics after, it is not true that we have given up hope of saving her. If there was anything else to be done, we'd be doing it. Our duties at the Foundation require us to do many distasteful things. That is the price we must pay. But we must never let down our guard because of sympathy. And we will not become monsters because of the monstrous acts we must perform. Do your jobs. And never forget the importance of your work. Montauk is here to stay.
What's up, everyone? What's going on? I think we caught Harley off guard there.
I meant.
Yes.
It's already falling apart.
Always does.
Guys,
Always
it's
does.
going
Right?
great so far. It's going fantastic.
Are you sure about that, Harley?
I mean, I'm having a good time.
Thank you for showing up. We see a couple of questions already. We're having some interesting things happening with the stream. Just give me a second to figure it out. We had some issues. It's hard to get everyone's cameras going and games playing and stuff. So I know right now you don't really see Harley on the vertical format. Let me fix that really quick. I promise, Harley, we still love you. How's everyone doing? We'll answer your questions in a second. We'll get to them.
Yeah.
I
It's
promise.
been 4 days. How you been?
I'm doing great.
Just another day. Just another dollar.
Another day, another stream.
Another stream. Let's see. Will this change it? Haha. There's Harley. Let's get in here and fix this. We'll move that down there. And transition to there. All right, cool. We're here. I wonder if the guy with the joke will be here. I am very curious about that too because we did miss the joke at the end. Yes.
I hope so.
I hope this is really good. I've been waiting for
They're
it.
here. They're here.
They're here. Woo!
Hello.
Literally,
We're just talking about
as
it.
yep. Speaking of the devil, Hello,
I feel like
TikTok.
I feel like we know where we have to start. Is all I'm saying.
All right, before we answer any questions, we need to hear the joke from last stream. What
talk about
is this joke?
The anticipation.
The anticipation. It's
is
real.
palpable.
Palpable, as Christian would say.
It's a good word. Palpable.
Palpable. Palp. 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 Waiting for that joke. While we do that, let me make sure. Just realized TikTok can't hear us. Now it can.
no, TikTok.
Sorry about that, guys. It is really hard sometimes, to be streaming on 3 platforms at the same time.
Do you have to adjust like the volume levels for each individual like stream?
So, because TikTok does not like other streaming platforms or other platforms in general, their OBS has some plugins that are really nice, but essentially what it does is it creates a virtual camera with OBS through TikTok's proprietary streaming software. And
Okay.
so when I am live, or we are live on TikTok, I'm actually having to remember consistently to have to go into TikTok Live Studio in order to change audio for TikTok. Yeah, it's a whole pain in the bosom, as it were. And then same with like playing audio. It does not like OBS, so I can't stream audio from OBS into TikTok Studio. So then what I have to do is if we want to play any videos, I have to stream a video on YouTube and pump the YouTube video audio through to TikTok in order for all parties to hear it. I can't just use what we already have beautifully set up on OBS, if that makes sense. So, yeah.
Weird, but yeah. I guess it's working for him. TikTok, I'm pretty sure, is like pretty popular or something.
L's House by the Sea, do you even remember your joke? Because we've been just sitting here waiting for you to give it to us. But I guess we can answer some questions while we wait.
But also no pressure too, L. Don't worry about it. We're just happy to have you here.
Yeah. The Backrooms Fandom Archives. Hello. Are there going to be more than 5 SCPs in Season 2 of Redacted?
Who knows? But the answer is probably, actually, it's most definitely. What, Christian?
More than 5, but also a slightly complicated answer because we are definitely focusing on like an SCP that has 7 parts to it because it's SCP-231, SCP-231, like 1 through 7. But there's also other things in there, and I'm just saying, if you were in a recent Dr. Sherman stream, you go back and watch a VOD, there were some jokes about cheese that might be relevant to Season 2,
Harley totally didn't accidentally start something at all.
No, I mean, the idea of it is fantastic, though. Cheese made out of SCP-999, just in an ethical way. That being said, I think something to say about Season 2 is that we are our goal was to hopefully dig into some of the 231 dashes a little bit more than we've been given in the past. And so in that way, we're going to be able to see a lot of SCPs that we probably haven't seen before.
Hey, Harley.
What?
Knock, knock.
Who there?
Oh! It didn't work.
That's the joke.
Yeah.
We waited.
I like that a lot.
We waited a week for
Genuinely.
that joke.
Yeah. L's House by the Sea. If nothing else, you can feel reassured that I think that's hilarious.
That scared me, at least. I am frightened now.
It scared Malo? That's
I think it's
crazy.
funnier
Yeah,
if you're not scared. I think it's funnier if you don't react at all and you're just confused.
Yeah.
I'm scared. L by the Sea wanted to... is Gormlick in the chat?
Yes, he is. Yes,
Gormlick is here. Okay, so Gormlick, I made a promise to you the last time that we streamed. I told you that I would look into 2935. Turns out I had already actually known what that was, and then forgot what it was, and then upon reading it was like, oh hey, this sounds really familiar. But no, I love the concept of it. It's one that I've thought of before for like a live action kind of thing. Would be like a really cool concept. Christian and Chris, 2935 is like an alternate reality. Not really reality. It's like there's a limestone circle in like behind a cemetery somewhere in like Indiana, and we received a signal from there a while back, or at least the SCP Foundation received a signal from it a while back, and after we went through it, right, all life, as it were, right, so any like kind of robot sentience, any kind of like living fish, plant, whatever, all of that's gone, all of it's dead, and all of the clocks stopped ticking at like it was like April 20th at a specific time. I don't remember what the specific time is. But the mystery is, right, that we got a message from that alternate timeline universe, whatever it may be, right? And basically, it was like, "Hey, we're really trying to warn you. We are really fucking scared right now." And so now we're just trying to figure out the SCP Foundation in our universe is like kind of just trying to figure out what is the significance of April 20th at this time? Like, what happens? What's coming? And so everybody theorizes and goes into the idea of like the different 001s that it could be. You know, SCP-001. Like, oh, is it finally a devastation? Like, you know, Doomsday. Like, do we finally get to see it? Or and so we're just really waiting in anticipation until maybe probably something happens. I read a theory that it was that oh god, what's it called? I forgot what SCP it is, but it's that robot that just really wants to fuck with people, just really mess with people. So like he'll run up to a grandma and just, you know, like
so in that theory, is this just a prank or?
No, it's not a prank. No, it's definitely not. All life in that, it's gone. It's great. So it's pretty interesting, and there's a lot of crossover there too. When I've read a couple of columns where it was about you know, the involvement of 231 with that, you know, is a theory that like, oh, that is, you know, a universe or like a timeline in which it, you know, or it's our timeline and we're experiencing it in like some kind of like strange like backwards loop kind of thing. It's a really fun one though. I'd recommend you guys read on it too. Thanks for reminding me, Gormley. Oh, my eyelashes.
We have another question from the Backrooms Fandom Archives.
Hey, ¿qué onda? ¿Cómo estás?
SCP-001-J. Is it in the season?
Dash J? Which one's Dash J?
I think that's the joke one. And it's not 420-J.
Yeah.
Which is the funniest one.
Clearly,
I have to Google it.
I was gonna say clearly it's
Bro,
not because you don't even know what it is. Yeah.
I mean, maybe.
Oh.
Probably.
It could be.
Could be.
It's the big red button.
Oh. I mean, I think. I don't know. Probably.
I think that is perfect for when we get into the actual production of things. We always think about like what can we put into the background of like everything, so that way it kind of like, you know, extends the SCP universe a little bit further. And a big red button, you know, either a reference to it or maybe you literally just like see it, you know. Maybe Site 202 has its own version of the big red button and it's a reference to the original big red button kind of thing. Like it's an SCP-001-J-1 or whatever. That'd be fun. I'm gonna put this on our list. We have a list of like SCPs for this kind of thing, for referencing. And you'd be surprised the kind of stuff that it's on that list.
Sorry, Christian. Are we on TikTok yet? Are we on everything? Is everything going?
We are. We are.
Okay,
On
hi
TikTok.
everybody. Hi everybody. Welcome that's coming in. Hello.
All right. Before, that wasn't the joke. I forgot how knock-knock jokes worked. And so I just kind of went with what I thought was happening.
Man.
Harley.
Yeah.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Boo.
Oh. Boo-hoo.
I wouldn't answer the door if you're crying.
Oh, see, that's not my line. That's your
kind
line.
Of inappropriate.
I just feel like you should. I mean, you have the mask that's actually crying.
Oh, that's a good point.
Boo-hoo. Boo-hoo indeed.
Honestly, yeah, you should have done it to me.
Yeah, I don't boo-hoo. I ooh-boo.
That's much worse.
So so welcome everybody that's in the chat right now. Welcome everybody that's just showing up right now. We're just starting our stream. We're about to get on and do some things.
We're gonna
video games.
We're gonna play some fun SCP related adjacent video games. One in particular specifically. We're just here to hang out tonight. We have plans for cooler streams later down the line. We want to stream quite often for the next month. I'm excited. It'll be fun. I'm quite excited, and I hope there's some clippable moments. Hi. There's so many questions. Okay. We're still gonna continue to talk even when we play video games.
Oh my god.
Gormlick asks, would we ever consider doing something on 2935 SCP-2935 at some point? Gormlick, I will just blanket make a statement in general when it comes to our content for our YouTube channel. We are down to do any SCPs. The issue is can we write the scripts? Can we film it? And do we have the money to film it? Which is unfortunate. Money's always an issue, but in film, everything's expensive. So it really just comes down to, can we do it? And we're hoping to eventually get to the point to where like our SCP content is like we have two factors. We have our normal industry film stuff we're doing, and then we have our SCP content on YouTube. So I will let the showrunners talk on 2935, but that's kind of my general answer is if enough people want it, we will do it as long as we have the money to do it.
And I think that's a really good way to put it too. We will literally do anything. I think is the important statement to put out there. You know, if we see a story and it's one that inspires us, you know, or even just one that's fun conceptually to show off. And so, like, you know, especially right now with the film industry being what it is, and you know, different universe and timeline movies being very you know, very popular as far as subject matter goes, right? I could totally see a short or even just a short of some type. Don't know about the length, but just kind of even just touching on even the discovery of 2935, getting that signal for the first time, and just I can already see it too. Like if you ever watched the movie Battleship, right? Not to say it's going to be that, you know, action dramatic Michael Bay, right? Okay. But if it's one of those things like, sir, we're getting a signal. Okay, where's it from? Here. You know, like one of those kinds of stupid things. I can definitely see a lot of those moments in my head, of what that would look like, and it'd be really cool too, like just to push the first person through that, through the portal, just kind of see what they see on the other side of the camera. You know, all those kinds of those tropes that we've seen from like Stranger Things, and you know, the stuff that's really had to do a lot with
I mean, we're huge sci-fi fans. Yeah. We're huge fans of SCP, so like literally anything.
Yeah, if we have the opportunity to tell a good story with that thing, then absolutely. It really is just a matter of like inspiration meeting like physical opportunity.
I think that being said too, we're not limited to big grandiose stories either. Those are the things that we want to tell because those are the big picture stories that we see in our heads, right? But a lot of the conversations that we have between each other here, just that, you know, just when we're talking to each other and like kind of brainstorming ideas, a lot of them are just like, hey, I have an idea for a short for an SCP, or hey, like it's not a big SCP, but it's a kind of stupid one that would be pretty funny to see on screen running around. You know, like it's those kinds of conversations that really fuel a lot of the subject matter that we end up just looking at. Is it fun, quirky, stupid, you know, silly, or is it badass and, you know, shoot 'em up, big sci-fi horror thing? You know, it's we go either way.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is we have one, and we've said this many times, but I'm gonna keep saying it. Oh, Harley disappeared. We have many stories, ideas that we want to do. We have already written a second show that is not Redacted Season 2. It is in the Redacted universe, so any SCP content we make, we want to make in our Redacted universe, so that way we can intertwine them. It'll be better storytelling. It'll be a lot of fun, right? But we've already written another show. We really want to shoot that one because it's less about the SCPs, more about the people who work at the Foundation, and it's a comedy. So we would love to do that. Again, it just comes down to we don't need as much money for that show as we would need for Redacted Season 2. But a good way to think about it is Redacted, the show, the main show, so Season 1 and Montauk, that's the big flagship stuff we want to make. That's the main storyline that we want to tell. So like in terms of Star Wars, that's the Anakin Skywalker storyline, right? Yeah, we have other stories that we want to tell that are require a lot less money, that aren't as intensive, that we could pull off pretty easily. And so that's the best way to think about it. I don't want to. We can reveal a lot. I mean, it's not that I don't want to reveal a lot, but like we want to, and the keyword is want to release a small SCP short, not too long from now, and hopefully that one will be well received, because we want to show that like just because, or if, and it's a big if Redacted Season 2 doesn't happen right now, because it will in the future, but if it doesn't happen right now, we still want to show that we're committed to making SCP content. So
yeah, because we're not doing that kind of thing for like, you know, no one's gonna get rich off of something like this. We're literally burning money and time to do something that we find really fun and cool.
Absolutely.
And that other people also find fun and cool.
Yeah.
It's like any artistic endeavor. You do it because you like it, not because you get literally anything else out of it. Which I think is Chris, do you want to touch on Gormlick's question there?
So Gormlick asked in YouTube Live, at the current rate of donations, do you think the goal can be reached before the deadline? The answer is always going to be yes, because the amount of time on a crowdfunding campaign doesn't really matter as much as word of mouth. So, and I say that very loosely because the line can shift, right? If you do a crowdfunding in one day, the likelihood of it being really successful, if you're asking for a lot of money, is really low because the word didn't get out, right? You could do a crowdfunding campaign for an entire year and eventually raise your goal, but like it would be a long slog to get there, right? So we could raise the rest of the funds by tomorrow if, and it's a big if it got the attention and people actually wanted to put the money in, or if we got some big donors, right? We have a couple of bigger donors who are waiting to put more money in at the moment. Not enough to fund the whole project, but would be willing to put more money in if they saw an upward progression. So it's this tricky thing of like, you know, did we launch it at the right time of year and the right political climate, because people might be holding onto their money a little bit more because of, you know, potentially more expensive things happening next year. It's the end of the year, the holidays are around. Are we getting the word out? Do we have the draw that we thought that we had? Or the people that are supporting us, did they have the draw to send money our way? It's really just one of those things of like, people want to see the content, but the reality of the fact is without money, it is really hard to consistently release high-level, high-quality SCP content without money. So it's that tricky thing of like, long story short, yes, we could raise the money. We have plenty of time to do it. But the problem is, does the community / random people want to give us the money? And is there some rich people out there that want to give us a lot of money? Just to put in...
Are we reaching those people?
Are we reaching them? Yeah, we are discovering, unfortunately, which really sucks, that our reach right now for some reason, for whatever reason, is very limited compared to what we thought it was. We knew that it wasn't great because we spent a lot of time off of YouTube, away from YouTube, which hurt our audience, like hurt our push towards our audience, algorithmic stuff, bullcrap, stuff like that. But I thought personally that we still had a higher reach. For example, the sizzle reel only has like 600 views on it. Why is that? Why is it not being pushed to our subscribers as much as we thought it would? Why are we not grabbing the algorithm? What is the reason for that? And I think that's the struggle. If you think about, like, when we look at how many donations we've received from people we don't know, people outside of our sphere, that are random people or our subscribers or just SCP fans compared to views, it's a pretty good ratio. But the problem is, because we're not pushing those views, that will never reach the goal because the ratio can't grow, right? So if we say, like, every 200 views we get, we raise $100. Okay, cool, but we've only gotten 600 views. So the issue is we feel like at the moment is people just don't know what's happening. Like, we've had a couple of people come in our live streams or even comment on some of the videos, or even heck in Dr. Sherman's streams, Site 42 streams. People didn't know it was happening. People still don't know season 2's happening, or season 1 happened, which is crazy to us because you look at all these other live action things coming out. You got Anti-Memetics Division, which is great. Andrea's amazing. I love him. I don't want to say anything, but Dark Math Films with the future release of SCP Academy, I'm sure that'll do really well. You look at, like, Evan Royalties projects with the MTF things, like, they all do really well. And then you look at Redacted season 1, and for some reason, and we can't, again, we've tried changing tags. We haven't tried too much thumbnail changing, but we've tried changing tags, titles, all that stuff. It just doesn't get the same reach. So I know I'm over explaining it. It does in South Korea. In South Korea, we have a lot of fans. A lot of fans. But I was talking to a South Korean creator in the SCP space, and they were telling me that South Koreans don't really donate. One, they don't really understand the concept, and two, I guess they just don't. So we have South Korean creators who not dub but translate season 1, who said they would support us, and they pushed the crowdfunding campaign, and we haven't gotten a single donation from it. So, and we can only ask so much from other creators. Like, if we're relying really heavily on other SCP creators to push our crowdfunding campaign, they're only willing to do so much, right? They're probably not gonna, unless we had some sort of deal, they're probably not going to, like, post our sizzle reel and then, like, everyday post, like, hey, do this crowdfunding campaign. Hey, do this crowdfunding campaign. If they just post it in their YouTube community tab, let's be realistic. How many of us actually pay attention to the YouTube community tab? It's a very small percentage. So there's a lot of different things. I wish that I just knew a bunch of rich people that could do it. But, like, the reality of the fact is, and we mulled over this for months, Seed and Spark, if we don't raise 80% of the goal, which is 80K, we don't get the money, period. End of story. The money does not hit our bank account. We do not receive any of the money. The money gets refunded back to the donors. And I feel like a lot of people don't understand that too, is they probably think, oh, they raised 10K, we'll get something. No, we do not get anything. And a big reason that we decided we wanted to do that is we didn't want a half-assed season 2. Not saying it would be half-assed, but budgetary constraints are going to make season 2 very hard to accomplish, even at $100,000, because we're doubling the runtime. We are doubling the cast and crew, essentially. I mean, there's workarounds, but, like, we're going to need a stunts choreographer. We're going to need safety people. We're going to need an on-set medic because it has to be a union set. We don't have our old filming location from season 1. So there's just like a lot of things of like, okay, if we raise 10 grand, we could maybe pull away like one episode, but it wouldn't be at the level that we would want to give you guys. And that's kind of like, okay, if we can't raise enough funds for season 1, let's do a couple of other SCP projects and maybe reattempt this another time, or maybe we self-fund it. We do live streams every month that raises $5 grand, and by 6 months we have enough money to do an SCP project. Those are random numbers. I don't think we'd ever raise 5 grand in a month, but you get what I'm saying. I feel like at this point I'm just ranting, but this is essentially
old man, but it's okay.
Yeah, I mean, this is essentially what we're dealing with, and I want to be very transparent about it. That like 100K was really ambitious, but genuinely do not think that the season that the showrunners, Harley, Christian, that you have written could not be shot, especially without having our old studio space, could not be shot for any less. Because we know on set while we would be doing it that like, yeah, and we can't ask our crew, we can't ask our actors to work for free forever. That's not okay. I struggle with that. I know we have a lot of dedicated people, but we have to pay them, and that's the biggest cost, is we're gonna have to pay them. Like, that's just it. Like, there's no getting around it. So
I feel like all of that to say that either way, whether we raise all of the money that we're looking for this season spark to do Redacted Season 2, or if we don't get the money that we're looking for to do Season 2, either way, we're not going to stop coming out with content, you know? It changes what we're going to be doing, but the goal for you guys, the goal for us, and just overall, like, just wanting to create more live-action SCP content, it's just going to be to keep doing that, you know? And if that means that we come back later and we say, hey, we still want to do it, we still got the scripts, you guys, you know, we've come out with these things since then, you know, is that you know, do anything for you, you know? Is not entirely out of the conversation either, guys. Because at the end of the day, we just want to make these things.
Yeah.
I just think that we're just excited, and we want to share with you guys everything we've been putting all of our hard work into. But
we're also not going to stop, you know, trying to raise the money. We're going to push until that final deadline. You know, see where we're at. If we don't get it, cool. We'll make season 2 later. Somehow we'll have to figure it out. There'll be other things before then. You know, reprioritization a little bit, but yeah,
we will try our damnedest to get as much money as we absolutely can, just to also just prove like, okay, we could raise X amount of dollars, and that'll be good just in general too. That would feel good. And here's the thing, is it's not impossible to raise this amount of money. We've seen it in the SCP community before, but the struggle is getting the word out. So that being said, words on getting the word out, other than just sharing the sizzle reel and the pitch video, and because we do this all the time, is posting those videos, or even heck our live streams right now in any SCP Discord you belong to, the SCP forums, the Reddit forums, and literally anything and everything, your Facebook, your Instagram, whatever it is. Again, like we said, the issue is we're not getting the reach that we thought we would with our viewership, which is unfortunate. So any amount of help of just sharing literally does so much. Again, the statistics are, for every person we reached an extra 5,000 people. The problem is translating those 5,000 people into donations is like 1%. The statistical like likelihood of them donating is 1%. So if you think about that on a scale of like how many people we need to reach, it's very high. So literally just sharing it, posting it everywhere, post it on the SCP Reddit that we're streaming right now, post it on the Discords, post it with your friends, your families, doesn't matter. It does so much. Yeah.
Speaking of raising money, Chris,
I did see that.
What are you willing to do for $1,000?
What would we do for $1,000, boys?
Harley, you were talking about getting a haircut the other day.
Christian, you were talking about shaving your beard. That's wild.
I was never talking about that.
Yeah, you were. You were saying it to me yesterday that if somebody paid you $1,000, or that was the number you threw
Thank
out
you,
in the
Amber.
last stream, right? If somebody gave you like $1,000, you would do it.
You know, we gotta work our way up to that. We gotta work our way up to that. We'll start with your mustache.
We would do some pretty crazy things for some high amounts of money, because we're at the point where it's like we either need a lot of people to donate small amounts, or we just need a couple of large donations to reach the goal. So anything and everything at this point.
Oh, SCP Blackout is definitely a really good game. I was watching streams of it the other day. We've just been talking about like the different SCP games that exist out there, and kind of like what to look at. Because honestly, like in all honesty, I don't think I've actually like played the games. I've watched plenty of streams of people playing the games because it's really fun to watch them go through it. So the back rooms, even what's it called, Blackout. I haven't played Blackout myself either. It's the really cool games out there that I haven't given a shot yet, and I don't think any of us have really given an actual shot. I think some of us may have touched the game once or twice, but aside from that,
I played a lot of the older ones.
the older ones, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
like
I played
Containment
plenty
Breach.
Yeah, I played
mentioned
plenty of
earlier.
Containment
I
Breach.
mean, if people really like tonight's stream and us gaming, we will do more. We're talking about potentially doing a small live stream on Sunday. So if you guys like tonight and you're like, man, I wish they would play this game, let us know. If the game's not super expensive, all of us have it, we'll play it. We've been talking about doing SCP 5K, which is a first-person shooter.
I think that one will be very good for streams.
Tonight,
Let's point about Secret Laboratory not being as good because it's very slow.
Absolutely. We have Lockdown Protocol, which isn't SCP specific, but it is a fun party game. Yeah, it's that vibe. We've talked about Lethal Company because it is heavily influenced by SCP, and we've talked about modding it to be SCP related, which I've already done. So we're gonna do that no matter what in the future. But tonight we're actually going to be playing Backrooms Escape Together. So again, very SCP heavy. So these are fun things. We will literally game all the time because we're gamers. So we'll just do it in general.
We're gamers.
I feel like you're not supposed to say that about yourself.
I know.
It's got a bad
good.
We like playing games.
Yeah.
Hearts, we're here for you. Thank you, fan community. Thank you for everybody that's joining us right now. We are Lot1 Productions. We are going to start playing video games coming up. Everybody that's in the chat, I see people come in on TikTok. Welcome, everybody. Welcome.
Yeah. Before we jump into the game, because I feel like we've never played it before, so it's going to take a lot of time. I would just want to show off the crowdfunding campaign really quick on Scene Spark. So I'm just going to drag it up really quick. Let me fix it on TikTok. There we are. Okay, cool. So, crowdfunding campaign. We're doing it. You know about it if you've been here a lot. If you're new, we are trying to raise a lot of money, clearly, to do our season 2 of Redacted. We've already done a season 1 of live action SCP content. It's on YouTube. Go to @Lot1 or Lot1 Productions. It's all on our YouTube channel. The Scene Spark. There's a couple things I want to touch on, which we will release a video about later as well. There's amazing incentives on here. We really thought a lot about these. If you have any suggestions on making them better or changing them, we want to hear it. But for the incentives, there's been some confusion on the Seed and Spark of when you donate, you don't have to choose an incentive, but no matter what, we want to give you an incentive, right? So even if you don't donate, or sorry, I am butchering this. When you donate to the Seed and Spark, you do not have to choose the incentive levels. It is not like Kickstarter where you can only choose the tiers. Seed and Spark, they don't care how much money you give. It can be $1, it could be $2, it could be $10, it could be $35.05. It doesn't have to be an incentive level. The levels are just basically, hey, if you donate that much or in that range, you will get this. So, which I think is super cool. So, for example, for those Site 42 people, Dr. Sherman has a tier. When someone donates $500, he's going to do a personalized video. We already have 2 donors past the $500 level who are going to get this personalized video. There's also like the D class, which we haven't started releasing yet, which we will do very soon. We have D class. We give everyone a unique D class number and a thank you on all our social medias. And it's pretty cool. We spent some good time designing it. There's great site director Mark, who's the main character in currently in our sizzle reel. The main character Mark, who's sitting at the desk, he's the site director of Site 202. He will give you a specialized video that you can share with your friends. That is like welcoming you to the foundation. There's a bunch of stuff on here. We want to give you a digital 4K copy of Season 2 and the Season 2 soundtrack. There's a lot on here. But like I said, when you donate, you can donate any amount. It does not matter if it is the $10 or the $25 or the $50. It is literally could be any amount. $1, $2, does not matter. Other thing I want to touch on. Share this link directly. You can also follow the crowdfunding campaign. If you hit the follow button on the crowdfunding campaign, it does help us out, especially if we reach our goal. We get access to grants, extra resources, stuff like that. Last thing I want to touch on, when you go in to make a pledge, so I'm going to pretend to make a pledge here. So you enter the amount. I'm going to say $500. Woo, cool. Continue. We're going to go in. You can choose your incentive level on here. So you can say, okay, if I'm donating $500, that means I access all these things. Cool. I want this one or this one, right? Cool. So I'm going to choose, I just want the $10 one. Cool. Whoa, why did the price go up to $625 when all I'm donating is $500? What does this tip mean? So we've had a couple of not complaints, but some issues where people were like, I don't understand the tip. Can't I just give you the money directly? And I was like, yeah, like you can send it to our bank account, but like if we don't make the crowdfunding campaign, I don't want to just keep your money and I don't want to send it back to you. So to be clear, the tip, if you scroll down at the bottom, and it's a little tricky, I'm not a massive fan of this. Even I got confused when I tried to do it one time, but you need to scroll to the bottom. The tip only goes to Seed and Spark. It strictly just goes to the platform. The reason for this is Seed and Spark does not take a percentage of the money that we raise. So if we raise $100,000, we keep $100,000. Nothing goes to the platform. So the way that they keep the platform alive is through this tip situation. So this extra $125 goes directly to Seed and Spark, not to us. So when you come in here, if you want to, even if it's a $2 donation, you come down here, you're going to click other, you're going to put $0 tip. Then you go to proceed to payment. It's going to ask you, are you sure you do not want to tip? You say, no, thank you. And boom, there you go. Now, if you have the money and you want to support the platform, I say just do it. Give them like $2, $3, whatever. It's a great platform. I want this platform to exist in the future. But if money is tight and you just want to send money to us, just hit 0 on the tip and come in here and you can put in your payment information and it all goes straight to us. Do not, it is a percentage tip. If you're donating a lot of money, I don't want to see like a $5,000 donation accidentally don't tip the platform like $1,000. Like that's not cool to me personally. I wish that it was in a different spot and more obvious. So I feel like a lot of people are hesitating to donate because this confuses them and it scares them, and rightfully so. So we will make a video about this. We will cover this on a future topic. We will release it, but I wanted to cover it here on the live stream so people understand, like, the tip is not mandatory. You can 0 it out. It is totally okay. The tip does not go to us. You're not tipping us. You're tipping the platform.
Please don't tip us. We don't deserve it. Please.
Yeah, we don't need it. Here we go. Perfect. Yeah. So I covered that. I hit it on the head several times.
Yay.
We got a donation today. We got a donation yesterday. Again, like I said, the donations are coming in. They're just coming in really slow because our reach isn't big enough. So please, 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 just share it with everyone. I don't care who it is. Send it to rich people. random businesses. We will take business donations. It doesn't matter. Anything helps. Just boosting the sizzle reel on YouTube will help, because if you can boost that and it catches the algorithm, then that gets out to more people too. So there's a million trillion different ways you can do it. Every day I'm posting, I'm liking, I'm sharing, I'm literally doing everything I can. So if you really want to help and you can't help financially, that is the best way to help us, is just go on there and start sharing, commenting, liking, saving it on all the platforms, on everything. That's the best way to do it. Yep. Okay, I've talked enough about that. Let's play some games.
I think there's some video games we gotta play, son.
Let's play some video games. Okay, so let me bring it up. The screen might do some wonky things while I do this, so don't freak out. Don't freak out.
I'm excited.
Anybody got anything to say?
Just so everyone is aware as well, this is our first time gaming in this way, with like live streaming and having 3 cameras. So my computer can only handle so much because I don't have a $10,000 computer. That being said, if there's any issues or you're like, they're too laggy, their cameras are too laggy, just get rid of them. Just let me know. I can do that. Kitty cat, look at the kitty cat.
Umbra, my God, second time on stream.
Yeah, just let us know. Again, technical difficulties will and can happen. So.
Will happen. Have any of you guys ever played Backrooms? Escape Together? I haven't. I was really confused when I downloaded it because I just saw that there was a little icon on my desktop that said BET. And I thought for sure it was for the channel. I did not think that it was for for the game that I just bought and downloaded and took time to find. And yeah, I played a couple games like I was trying to see that. I'm fairly actually not actually die.
Sorry,
I literally played a lot. I just run and
it is a newer game. This version. There are lots of backroom games, but this specifically is newer, so it's still original build. So.
Games that aren't in development can include SCP Blackout, which, according to the Steam things, is that they lost the project files for, and so they made it free for everyone because they can't continue it. Which is really sad because I really wanted to play that one. We still will at some point, because that's what the game where it is, which is sad.
So let me make sure everything's good here. Let me transition this. Again, it will be laggy for people specifically Harley Christian, so if there is any issues, or you hate it, or it's too big an issue, let me know and I will fix it as best I can. Or you don't like it, I'll just remove it. We're going to play this a very unique way. I'm very excited. Since you can see my screen, essentially I'm just going to be the cameraman, which will be a lot of fun, a lot of noise. Also, if you have any donation ideas, you want to do something crazy, you want Harley to backstab Christian, just put it in the chat. We'll do anything for money, I promise. Also, Christian, you literally won't shave your beard for $1,000?
I didn't say that I wouldn't. I just said, I think there's other things that we can put on the table.
I don't
think
I'm sorry. I'm willing to argue that you can shave half of it. You can choose whether you
If we
just shave the button shop workshops. Now you have cool beard biker mustache combo.
If we raise $100,000, I would shave my head. $1,000 right now? No.
If everybody else agrees, I'll shave my $1,000.
I literally opened his head.
There's nothing you can do about it. You just have to accept it.
Like the stream itself is laggy, or you are laggy because you're watching the stream and your internet is something?
I'm watching the stream on another monitor, and I'm just like the entire screen is freezing. No, I guess it might be the internet stuff. I don't know.
Someone, if you could watch the YouTube Shorts chat, that'd be great because I don't want to overload my internet too much.
Harley is in Spanish.
What's in Spanish?
The YouTube short chat.
What?
Hola, grupo, ¿qué tal? ¿Estáis todos?
Hola, buenos días, bienvenidos. No sé si conoces a los SCPs, pero estamos aquí jugando videojuegos y hablando de cosas sentimentales, y más, llorando, que vamos a morir.
Pretty sure that person left a long time ago.
Hey, I just want to make sure that anybody that speaks Spanish in our chat knows that they're welcome.
Maybe he comes back and finishes the thought. Maybe he's still watching. I don't know.
I just want to make sure on the YouTube stream, is the stream itself lagging right now? Are we having lagging problems? It does feel like it is very behind.
That's often true. Maybe the transitioning happening now. Some issues.
I'm gonna try retransitioning.
What's happening? I don't know if that means. Oh, my system.
It's also, I may have to have one of the live streams, which is unfortunate.
I just want to.
Yeah, vertical might be the Well, we want to the vertical YouTube.
I'm not using anything. As you there. TikTok just super retarded. Then I took that. What was? What did I say? Alright.
Someone put YouTube chat.
It's not good now. Streaming issues. You open one little game, and then all of a sudden, Chris.
Well, let's get into the game. Maybe the menu is causing some major issues.
Alright, I'll click start. Well, that happened instantly.
I am in a game. Is that okay? I think I'm also. Okay, I got a mute in Discord. Yeah, that seems very fair. Ooh, an OBS.
1 second. I need to stop. Sorry, guys, one second. Pretty sure is YouTube. Or I'm gonna talk. You can talk and stream some major like issues on the YouTube side of things. Or just have your YouTube. Let's much leadership. You are on YouTube. We're gonna figure this out for the stream dating stuff. It's complicated, so we'll figure this out. I promise. Read it. You have one. Okay, so we are only live on YouTube. So we can let us make it back on now. I mean, you can, but I'm trying to make sure that the lag isn't. Sorry guys, still trying to figure this out. See what Christian, how are you even supposed to kill it? Yeah, how do you get away from it? You just back away slowly? Don't make noise? Here, I'm gonna turn your cameras on, guys. In Discord really quick.
Who's logging in?
It was me. It made me verify the account. Making sure nobody